My Neighbor from Hell, part 27. If you haven't watched My Neighbor from Hell in introduction, I suggest you go back and watch that, because in that video, I talk about how, yes, there are definitely parts of the story that are entertaining and over the top and crazy and whatever, but fair warning, this is the part of the story where things start to get very dark and very sad. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up about that. So it's now September 26th, 2024, and Fred is supposed to move out within a few days. There are still boxes that are being piled up, and to me, it doesn't look like he's packed anything or that there's really been any progress. And I text my landlord and I'm like, you're sure that like Fred's moving out this month, right? And I was like he will be gone by end of day, September 30th. Landlord said, yes, he is supposed to be. And if he isn't, I will have to begin official eviction proceeding. And I thought that was really weird because I was just like, bro, you're gonna evict him now? After all this shit and all this time, like now you're gonna evict him? And I also just found that strange because I'm like, but he's already leaving. Like, what? But this will all make sense like later on. But this is just what I was told then. So a couple days later, Fred finally starts to pack up his stuff. And I take out my trash and I see him, I don't know if he was like loading his car or like what he was doing. But I try to just like be friendly because I'm like, hey, you know, like I heard you're moving out. Like just wanted to say like best of luck with everything, you know. And he tells me what I kind of already knew. So basically that he's going to be moving to Oregon. He's going to be managing a bar. And then I guess apparently as part of this deal or whatever that he worked out, he's going to be getting free rent. He also tells me that he has broken his hand. I guess apparently he needs to be in LA until October 8th because he has a doctor's appointment to look at his broken hand. He has to stay in LA and he has to see this doctor in LA because he has health insurance through Pick Me Up that I believe he told me was ending at the end of the month. He also tells me that since he needs to be, you know, out of the apartment by the 1st, that him and Stella are going to be homeless until the 8th because he has no place to stay. Also that he rented a U-Haul, which he is going to be packing up, you know, tomorrow or whatever, and that he's going to be taking his belongings and putting them into a storage unit temporarily before he officially moves to Oregon. And he needed to do this because he had to be in LA until the 8th, so I think he needed a place to put his belongings until then. At the time, I was just very confused by all of this because I was like, why are you moving out on the 1st if you don't have a place to stay or go or whatever until the 8th? Like, why wouldn't you just move out on the 8th or the 9th or the 10th or like whatever, you know? Because the thing is, like, you have to give your landlord obviously 30 days notice. But I mean, like, if I were out to tell my landlord right now, hey, landlord, I'm moving out, but I'm going to move out December 15th. I mean, he would let me stay till December 15th and probably, I would assume, just prorate my rent, right? Like make me pay for those extra 15 days or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, again, I'm like kind of confused by all of these details. I'm not sure, honestly, like what the plan was for how to get his belongings to eventually to Oregon. I don't know if he was planning on leaving his belongings in California for the foreseeable future and flying to Oregon, like what neighbor Ashley had relayed to me, or what. I really don't know what the plan was. So he also tells me that he has 2 friends of his from, I guess, around the neighborhood. And when I say friends, I mean, I don't know, like acquaintances, a couple guys maybe he kind of knows. Yeah, I don't know, that are planning on helping him move. And as soon as he tells me he has like friends in the neighborhood that are helping him move, I'm like, oh, this cannot be good. I want to say on September 30th, and I could have been getting these dates wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was on September 30th is when Fred shows up with the U-Haul. So he, as I said, has rented a U-Haul that he plans to pack up his belongings in. Keep in mind he has a broken hand. And of course, the 2 guys that are supposed to allegedly help him pack his U-Haul do not show up. One of them has a family emergency. The other one gets sick. And of course, Fred is telling me this story and telling me how these people bailed. And I'm like, listen, Fred, I'm sure that there are some people, you know, that you could find that would be more than willing to help you move if you paid them even like $50 or $100 a person. It would cost you way less than hiring like a professional moving crew. And I'm like, but I don't see how you can do this by yourself, especially with a broken hand. And he's like, I can't afford to pay anyone. I have no money. But keep in mind, he's supposed to be out of his unit end of day, September 30th. Let's just say September 1st, okay? It takes him 3 days to pack up the U-Haul. And he does this all by himself with a broken hand, which of course is like, it's sad and like just terrible and awful to sit there and watch this happening. Also, he can't fit the U-Haul completely down our driveway because it's really narrow. So he parks the U-Haul like halfway into the driveway and the other half of the U-Haul kind of juts out onto the sidewalk. And of course he gets a parking ticket. And this is when Fred starts having violent outbursts again. So he's cussing, shouting, screaming, throwing things while he is attempting to pack up his entire apartment by himself with a broken hand. I can only imagine how awful this was for him. Top it all off, his car from Pick Me Up, so his vehicle, gets a flat tire. He runs over a nail. So it is now September 3rd, and he is still living here. More to come.